ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Outsider.
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination.
Greetings, potential customer. State your business. This unit was engineered to
Oh, this is surely exciting. Someone is finally trying out my automechanical quartermaster. Show them what you got, quartermech.
Command not understood.
Huh. I thought that would have put it into sales mode. Best look into that later. Please, give it a try yourself.
All wares should be perfectly visible already.
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally. Maybe try phrasing the request differently.
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Request not understood.
It only understands the words I've added to its databanks. You wouldn't believe how many words there are for buying and selling. Guess I missed peruse. Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's what I used during the initial testing.
Initiating commerce.
I hope.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Might be wise to get that large gas cloud on wide berth. I don't think there's anything to gain by getting there.
Stay true, outsider.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of uranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days. I'm afraid so, and you were wise not to get involved. The Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver automechs to the Vox relay station, but I'm responsible for their quality control. If even a single automech steps out of line, it will be the end of me. Brigadier Montelli does not accept excuses, and he does not tolerate failure. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right. You want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you entered through, under the Marshal's office. She'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but you might find some of it useful.
Apologies, this unit's
Outsider?
conversation module is functioning. malfunctioning intermittently.
Outsider?
First the attack, then there's Iranian. At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Error. Currently How may this unit assist you, Commander? Faraday. The island is host to idyllic...
Can't get there anyway. Need something, Commander?
Sure. Always happy to tour around for a bit.
What did you have in mind?
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now what is it you want? Oh, we'll get to that presently. Now tell me, are you familiar with ziranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable ziranium all over the place. I could speak at length about ziranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, But suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Sadly, there is a kernel of truth in your boorish observation. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing good, wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
What brings you to this fine establishment? Stay true, outsider.
Outsider? Yes. Let's have a look at you. No signs of Zeranium exposure, or anything else novel or interesting. Another humdrum workaday ailment, no doubt. Nothing requiring my vast expertise, surely. Don't have much to spare, but you're free to have a look.
should get any closer.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense. Apologies, I must concentrate on my work. Maybe one of the others can help you.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. You would imagine so, wouldn't you? Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to gild his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. Oh, certainly. They're all in the building blocked by Zeranium gas, which is why we're making the device. I trust you see how that's a problem. However, I do recall hearing this facility was originally assigned 2 Dragoons. I'm not sure what happened to the other one, though. It was gone by the time I arrived. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's Choice attack us, we don't want to be caught defenseless. No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with Zeranium poisoning. Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoo.
Run into trouble? No, don't answer. The indications are all too clear. Fortunately for you, you appear to have a fairly mild case. I imagine you haven't even noticed any symptoms yet. If you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask, for medical posterity, and so on and so forth. First question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? I'll mark it down as haphazard meandering then. All too common these days. More dangerous than one might think. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed any sterility on your way in? Or aching in your thyroid or spleen? Well, good for you. Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. I wish more of my patients shared your optimistic disposition. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to provide you advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest possible quality. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. I would love, be pleased to act as your consulting physician again, should the need arise. Oh, gladly. What would you like to know? Zeranium is a crystal. Zeranium is found in a liquid state as well, but it's far too hazardous in refined Zeranium. However, it's also highly unstable. Zeranium crystals. In this gaseous state, Zeranium is quite hazardous. The concentrate, anyhow, I could talk about this all day if I let myself. Total avoid. Come to think of it, there may be some exciting. Our visiting scientist next door is working on. Well, look who it is. What is it this time?
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Well, look who it is. What is it this time? Certainly, there is a nominal cost for treatment to cover essentials. All right then, hold perfectly still. There, all better. Was there anything else you needed?
Well, any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier? Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. Don't thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone.
ready to waste them. On your command.
Well, look who it is. What is it this time? Don't have much to spare, but you're free to have a look.
My erstwhile assistant returns. To what do I owe the until a more...
First the attack, then there's uranium.
Stay true, outsider.
At this rate, we're never getting caught up.
Outsider?
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have.
What is it? I'm a little busy. She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard or protect your asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. If you're really so desperate, you can track down our second Dragoon. Damn thing wandered up the coast and hasn't been seen since. I'd have sent someone to retrieve it myself, but Dragoons are stubborn when their instructions are unclear. Good hunting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
done. The Zeranium now spews from the hangar more thickly than ever. You couldn't have bungled this operation worse if you were working with the enemy. This is my fault. The blame lies squarely on my shoulders. I gambled on an outsider rather than trusting my own resources, and now the price is paid. With this failure, I have likely doomed this entire island to the tender mercies of our enemies. No more will our stalwart subjects reap the bounty of this land. No more will the pleasant. Instead, as our freaks and worse will despoil that which is left behind, while bureaucrats will use this once proud land as a springboard for their superficial and petty ambitions. And with the eating their way deeper into Eden like ravenous yes, I suppose I have.
Dismiss with the how do you do. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
we arrive at the Automech facility, we'll unload and begin cataloging the state of the various Automechs.
Are you recording the drive? Cadet, I do not believe this is what the Sergeant intended by documenting the process. Here, allow me to handle it. Now where's the off switch? Boyd, we're being bombed! Disembark! Lose formation to the beach, double time! We can take shelter in the rocks! Praise the Sovereign. We made it. Halt! Everyone quiet. What's that clacking noise? Oh, shit! Crabbles! Form defensive perimeter type 14A! Ah!
Let's get them over with!
Once we arrive at the Automech facility, we'll unload and begin cataloging the state of the various Automechs.
Are you recording the drive? Cadet, I do not believe this is what the Sergeant intended by
Must be at least a
documenting
few
the
usable
process.
parts in here.
Here, allow me to handle it.
Ah, it's
now where's
warped.
the off switch?
Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found any usable parts in all this debris? Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. I need to find some parts to convert some of our auto-mechanicals, non-combat parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Auntie's bombs sure take their toll, don't they? Let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us. True enough, but I digress. Was there anything else? Well, the center is... Say, you don't work for Andes, do you? This is beginning to feel more truthful words. As I was saying, the Automech Repair Center is south. Yes and no, which is mate. Nor are the troopers who should have been escorted. These were No. Some other unfortunate. Likewise, there must be at least a few usable parts in here. It's warped. Just like everything else. At least a few usable parts in here. It's warped. Just like everything else.
Soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in.
Now what?
Let's get to the floor! Just get the system. Ain't nothing there. Nobody around.